all your years of paying tax, you helped us overcome our darkest hour. You, along with every other loyal taxpayer, helped build this nation. Thank you for every life you saved and for every risk you braved, for giving our future generation a healthy start. When you saw many of our vulnerable communities, you provided for them. When you saw our healthcare workers on the front lines battling COVID, you rose to the occasion and gave them the tools to save lives. Without your tax compliance, we wouldn't be able to fight a good fight. Thank you for contributing to the important services our vulnerable communities rely on every day. To all taxpayers and traders, continue to pay your tax because it matters to millions of South Africans who depend on it. Your tax matters.
Good evening and a heartfelt welcome to you. My name is Thandi Felicity Kunene, and it gives a great pleasure to be the program director of this webinar tonight. I would like to acknowledge the agents and traders, the media houses, accounting firms, SARS leadership, colleagues, and everyone else who has managed to be with us this afternoon. We bring you this webinar in alignment with our strategic objective to provide clarity and certainty to taxpayers and traders. The automation of the refunds and drawbacks was undertaken in fulfillment of the strategic objective to modernize our systems in order to provide you with a digital and streamlined online services. Ladies and gentlemen, I trust that after this webinar, you would have gained insight and knowledge into how the automated system will work, the process of claiming, what your obligations are, and that becoming compliant with the provisions of the law will be a little simpler and easier for you. Please note that this webinar is recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel should you experience any power failure. We value your feedback. Therefore, we have put out a questionnaire at the end of this webinar so that you can assess the delivery of the webinar and ensure that we can continuously improve on our offerings and bring to you educational material that matters to you. We will commence tonight's session with an opening remarks from Anand Kilawan, followed by a presentation from Mr. Joseph Manzwi. We will then have a demonstration of how the e-filing functionality will work to guide you through the process. Please note that you have an opportunity to send questions through using the chat box if you are joining us from Zoom, or the email address ardquestions@sars.gov.za. Please note that this email address is only available for the duration of the webinar. Once you pose your questions on the chat box on Zoom, please ensure that you do not share any sensitive information which may compromise on the privacy. After the question and answer session, we will have closing remarks from Nelisiwe Khumalo. Now, Anand Kilawan is a product owner for Excise. His responsibilities include overseeing the overall excise architecture, ensuring that it is aligned with the National Treasury policy intent, SARS legislation and governance framework, and other governmental legislation and policies. Anand's career spans over 25 years with extensive managerial experience. Amongst his qualifications is an MBA, a postgraduate diploma in business administration, a national diploma in cost and management accounting, as well as a professional qualification from the Chartered Institute of Secretaries and Administrators. Mr. Kilawan, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Program Director. Good evening. The SARS team welcomes you to our webinar on the new automated refund system implemented to offer you a convenient and exemplary service. We are committed to providing you with the best experience possible, and this automation marks a significant step towards achieving this goal. Our primary aim in automating our refund system and processes is to streamline and expedite the processing of refunds for our valued clients like you. We understand the importance of timely refunds as they demonstrate our dedication to customer satisfaction and serve as a vital resource for your business. The key objectives of our refund automation include providing efficiency. Our automated system will significantly reduce processing times, ensuring you receive your refunds promptly. Client-centric, we are dedicated to providing you with the best service possible, and this automation is a testament to our commitment to your satisfaction. Financial empowerment. Refunds are crucial in your financial planning. By automating our processes, we aim to put money back into your hands faster, allowing you to reinvest in your business, foster growth, and create employment opportunities. The exciting development is just one of the ways we strive to enhance our service. We are confident that our automated refund system will simplify your experience and demonstrate our unwavering commitment. Please post your questions in the chat and email as indicated earlier. We look forward to continuing our journey to support you in your business endeavors. Please sit back and enjoy the webinar. Thank you, Program Director.
Thank you, Anand, for the warm welcome to our participants tonight, and for reiterating SARS' commitment to providing taxpayers and traders with world-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will move over to a presentation which will be delivered by Mr. Joseph Manzwi. Mr. Joseph Manzwi is a customs manager under the Taxpayer Education Cluster, and he has been very instrumental in the implementation of this automated Refunds and Drawbacks project. He has over 18 years experience in customs and has served in various units, including the Customs Border Control, the Tactical Investigation Unit, Customs Effectiveness Division. Joseph holds a postgraduate diploma in public management, specializing in strategic and project management, a BSc in computer science, and he has also been admitted to pursue an LLB degree in 2024. Mr. Manzwi, over to you, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and privilege to be given this opportunity to conduct the presentation for you. Our SARS vision is to build a smart modern SARS with unquestionable integrity, trusted and admired by government, the public, as well as our international peers. The following strategic objectives are more relevant to the project that we were busy working on. The system that we have developed, we do believe that we have made it easier and simple for US traders to comply. We have managed to modernize the current manual refund and drawback system in order to provide the digital and stream online services. Through the new system, we will be able to provide a clarity and certainty to you as our traders. We are willing to work with and through the stakeholders to improve the tax ecosystem. The following are the points of discussions that I will be taking you through: the overview, the challenges with the current process, refund and drawback items that are included in the new system, the new refund and drawback process, the automated refund and drawback system benefits. And thereafter, we'll take you through the transitional arrangements. The system that we have developed, it's an integrated system which consists of drawback refund pool, as well as the excise refunds pool. The drawback refund applications are paid in respect of imported specified material that are used for manufacturing, processing, packing of goods that are subsequently exported. All the traders who brought the raw materials for manufacturing purposes and those who manage to manufacture or produce the final product. Once they can be able to export those final products, they are entitled to claim the drawback refund application. With regards to the excise refund applications, they are paid in respect of excisable goods obtained in the Republic from manufacturing warehouse and are subsequently exported, used in production or destruction. In this regard, the excise traders are entitled to claim the excise refunds. All the traders are allowed to apply for the refund and drawback applications in terms of Section 75, which specifically refers to the drawback refund application. Section 76, which refers to the normal VOC, which is voucher of correction refunds, as well as the excise refunds. Section 76B, it refers to the time period. This is where we are saying to you as the trader, you must be able to submit your refund and drawback application within a 2-year period. Failure to do that, we will definitely reject your claim. But should you be able to submit within the 2-year period, we will entertain your claim. Our turnaround time with regards to the current system, it is 30 days. And we made a commitment in the SARS Service Charter to say that we will be able to finalize all these claims within 30 days period. The current system is a 4-step process which are undertaken at the branch offices or the hubs, the refunds and drawback team that is based at the head office, the regulatory control, which deals with all the refunds that falls under the rebate item 536, 537, and 538, as well as the payment team. We have experienced multiple challenges through using the current manual refund and drawback system. And it is a cumbersome process. The following are the current process challenges. There is overlap of tasks and responsibilities when it comes to checking of correctness of the refund and drawback applications. There is a possible loss of documentation and difficulty in tracking and locating the status of some claims. We are unable to provide a clarity because at this point in time with the current system, we don't provide feedback on time. There is prolonged turnaround times to finalize a claim. There is insufficient client feedback. The process is reliant on a manual form exchange between traders and SARS. There is high volumes of the required supporting document with regards to the current manual system. The new automated refund and drawback process. Vision for customs and excise is to replace the current customs and excise processes with a modern, fully automated declaration and smart borders to facilitate the legitimate trade. How are we going to do that? By automating the current manual refund and drawback process, by modernizing the current manual refund and drawback process, by simplifying process and making it cost-effective for our traders. We have realized that most of you are using the couriers to deliver all these documents to our branch offices. So in this regard, through the new system, you will be able to save the courier costs. Refunds and drawback items that are included in the new system are still the refunds and drawback items that are in the current manual system. Under customs, all the drawback refunds are processed under Schedule 5. All the refund applications under Schedule 5 will be processed electronically, except for the refund applications under 521. The capturing of ITAC permit, it is still manual process. Under Schedule 5, Part 2, the inspection part, where you have to apply for the refund application under 522.02, in terms of clearance declaration policy, you as the trader, you are expected to apply for the examination without a prejudice. Once you have made an arrangement, or once you have applied through the branch office, the inspection must be conducted before you can be able to submit the refund and drawback application. Once the inspection has been completed, the customs official who conducted inspection will still have to provide you with the inspection report. That particular inspection report, you will have to attach it to the supporting document and upload all those documents into the system when you submit your refund application. So that part is the inspection part of it. That must take place prior to the submission of refund. It is still manual process. But under Schedule 5, Part 3, under Schedule 5, Part 5, under Schedule 5, Part 6, all the refunds applications will be processed electronically. The excise refunds, all the excise refunds will be processed electronically, except for the diesel refunds. The new automated refund and process workflow. These are the conditions before you can be able to submit your refund and drawback application. As the applicant, you should have an active e-filing profile. If a third party submit on behalf of the applicant, the permission should be registered on the registration, licensing, and accreditation relationship management module. Now I'm taking you through the new process. As the applicant, you will have to submit the refund application with supporting documents via e-filing system. It's only in exceptional circumstances where you can visit the branch so that they can capture the refund application on your behalf. Maybe if you are experiencing some system difficulties, then you are more than welcome to visit the branch office. Once your refund application or your claim comes through into our system, it will be subjected to validations. Remember, we have developed the integrated system, which consists of excise refunds pool, as well as the drawback refunds pool. If it's excise, if it's excise refund, it will be validated by the excise auditor. If it's a drawback refund application, it will be validated by the document inspector. Should it happen that your refund application was not successfully during the validation, it will then be rejected and you will be issued with the rejection letter. Should it happen that your refund application became successful during the validation, it will go through to the technical reviewer, who will then assess your claim. Once it's approved, it will then go through to the subsystem for the processing of payment. This is a very short process. the automated refund and drawback benefits. All the authorized economic operators, traders will be prioritized, and their claims will be processed faster in alignment with the authorized economic operators program. Here we are referring to the accredited traders. So we would like to encourage some of you, those who have not yet applied for the authorized economic operators program, to apply for AEO status so that you can also enjoy this type of benefits. The automation of the refund and drawback process will simplify the administration of the process for both the trader and SARS. The electronic submission to SARS will reduce the need for resources to capture refund applications into the system. Indeed, there will be an improved turnaround time for processing claims. You will remember with the current system, our turnaround time, it is still 30 days. However, with the new system, there will be an improved turnaround time. There will be a digital track and locate function to see the status of the cases. In this regard, we will be able to provide a clarity to you as our trader, because we will be able to locate the status of the claim. There will be an open and transparent view of the refund and drawback process that will be available to the traders. The applicants can manage the relationship with the traders and direct payments of funds accordingly. In this regard, the applicant will make his own choice where he would like the refund to be paid. The exclusions. Diesel refunds will be included in the next phase of modernization program. Electronic data interchange will also be included in the next subsequent phases of the project. The submission of the DA66 to the examination without prejudice, which is done by customs at a source office where export is going to be done, has also been excluded. Here we are referring to the inspection that must take place prior to the submission of refunds and drawback application under rebate item 52202. The capturing of 521 ITAC permits will also be covered in the next phases of the modernization program. The transitional arrangements. The last day to submit a manual refund or drawback in terms of customs schedule 5 and in terms of excise schedule 6 will be on the 15th September 2023. The e-filing submission system is scheduled to go live on the 18th September 2023. Thereafter, all the refund and drawback applications must be done using the new automated process. Remember to go digital. We have made it easier for you to go digital. You must register for e-filing. You can submit your query through our SARS online query system. You can also visit us on social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Facebook, and the X, which is formerly known as the Twitter. For more information, you can visit us on SARS YouTube channel, SARS website, or alternatively, you can contact us at SARS Contact Center on 0800 007277. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph, for that informative presentation. It is exciting to hear about the automated refunds and drawbacks benefits that will be made available to our traders and agents. more especially on the reduced turnaround times, as well as reducing the cost of doing business with SARS. We will now go over to the demonstration on the functionality on e-filing, on how the process will work once it is automated. Christina, please take us through the functionality.
Thank you, Program Director. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I will be taking you through the capturing of the claims on e-filing. Program Director, may you confirm if you can see my screen?
Indeed, we can. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you. Okay, so you will log on to your e-filing profile, and you will access your e-filing profile to submit the claim for refunds and drawbacks. Now, if you are a customs client, you click on customs, and the menu for refunds and drawbacks will be on your left. If you are an excise client, you'll click on duties and levies, and the menu will also be on the left. Now you will click refunds and drawback claims to submit new customs refund and drawback claim. Then there will be a question, is this claim with regards to customs or excise schedule items? You have an option to select customs or excise. If you select excise or customs, there will be a question that says, is this refund or drawback claim being submitted on behalf of an applicant, importer, exporter, or owner? If you say yes, there will be a question. There will be a form to capture further details. You will indicate if the refund is being submitted on behalf of someone else or if it's yours. If it is on behalf of someone else, you will say yes. Then you will be asked to select the submitter's capacity. It can be clearing agent, other, or registered agent. Then you have to enter the applicant excise number on there. Then after you select the applicant's excise number, you will click verify details, where the system will verify if you do have permission to submit on behalf of someone else. The same applies to customs. You can click customs, you indicate if it's on behalf of someone else. Then you indicate if you want to receive payment on behalf of the applicant. If you select that, then you have to also capture the applicant's details. For the purpose of this demo, I will say no, indicating that I am submitting on my behalf. I will then select the rebate item. You will notice that the rebate schedule items that are indicated here are for customs, which are Schedule 5. If you select excise, you will get the Schedule 6 rebate items. And now click select to select the rebate item. You will get the screen where you can check the balance based on the MRN duty that you have. So here you can type in your MRN, the line number, then you click search. Then the MRN and the line number balance will be shown. Then you know the amount that you have that you can claim on. If you need further details, you click on the schedule that is indicated. You will be able to see the original amount that you had and all the claims that you've done so far and indicating the remaining balance. To continue with your claim, you click continue. Then the SARS-01 form will be displayed, allowing you to capture the information to submit your claim. You can do so manually by opening up these containers. The ones that are indicated in red, they are mandatory. So for instance, this one, import declaration claim details. When you open it up, you will see that it is mandatory and it has to be filled. To fill it up manually, you click on the edit button and the form for import declaration claim details will be displayed and you will be able to capture the information. You also have an option to upload the CSV file that will auto-populate the details on your SET01 form. To do so, you click on upload. You navigate to where you saved your CSV file, you click open. Once your CSV file has been uploaded successfully, you will get a message indicating that it is uploaded. Then you click on OK. You'll notice that the import declaration claim details are now auto-populated. They are coming from the CSV file that has just been uploaded. Then the grounds for claim are also mandatory. Then you can capture that. Once all the mandatory fields are captured, then you can click submit to submit your claim. You also have an option to save if you want to complete your form at a later stage. Once you have saved, the saved claims will be under the refunds and drawbacks menu under saved customs and refunds claims. And those that have been submitted successfully will be under the history of customs or refund claims. You are able to view the letters that have been sent to e-filing for you to see if your claim has been rejected or submitted successfully. If it was rejected, you will get a rejection letter that can be also accessed through the SARS correspondence. To view the letter, you click on view. Click on open. Then the DN1 letter, which is an unsuccessful application letter, will be sent and it will have reasons so you know why your claim was rejected. Like I said, you can also access your letters or any correspondence through SARS correspondence. If your claim was successful, you will receive a notification to submit supporting documents letter. Then you can click on view to see that letter. Now, the purpose of this DN2 letter is to list the supporting documents that you are supposed to select. And these are based on the rebate item that you selected. Then to upload these documents, or rather to send them through to SARS, you will navigate to your case, click on upload, then you'll upload the documents that have been requested. Once done, you click on submit, then they will be submitted to the document inspector for customs and the auditor for excise. This is the end of the demo, and thank you, Program Director.
Thank you, Christina, for that demonstration. Please note that this demo will be made available on our SARS website. We also have a YouTube channel as indicated previously, and we urge you to please subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you will be notified of future webinars and any other updates that we may have. Thank you for the questions that have been coming through on the Q&A sessions on Zoom, as well as on the email address ardquestions@sars.gov.za. At the end of this webinar, we have a questionnaire which we would appreciate it if you can fill it in with your honest feedback. We will now move over to the question and answer session, whereby Patricia Jones and the panel of our specialists are on board to answer the questions that you have posed. A friendly reminder once again, please keep your personal details protected as this is currently a public platform. Patricia, I give over to you.
Thank you, Program Director, and good afternoon to our distinguished delegates and colleagues. Once again, thank you very much for the questions that have been posed. I'd like to introduce the panel to you. I've got Ghana, who's our specialist engineer and very instrumental in this project. I also have Tebogo, who's in our excise area and will be able to answer any of your excise questions. I then also have Anita, who's been working in the drawbacks and refunds section, together with Joseph, who's already been introduced. Thank you so much. The first question that we've got, let me just check here. Stephanus Versveld asked, has SARS implemented debt equalization between taxes? And if so, how is this implemented in the new automated system? Could I ask Ghana just to answer that one for us? Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Good evening, everyone. In this project, in this phase, we have not catered for any automated debt equalization. However, within SARS, we are aware that it is done in other taxes. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ghana. The next question that we have is from Dylan McPhail, and he's asking, how will the automation of the DA63 be applied when it comes to drawback item 52203 when applying for an EWP? Anita, could I please ask you to respond to that question?
Evening, thank you. Yes, the process for the DA63 is still the same. It's application with the DA63 and the export that is submitted to the branch office, where the source of the documents can be examined. So that process is still manual. And then afterwards, because you get your DA63 is stamped, and then you can, and your EWP is done, if it is a requirement by the office, you can then submit your claim on the new system.
Thank you so much. The next question that we have is from Micheline Hancox. She's asking, are you expecting the import worksheet to be uploaded? If yes, we only allow 2 megabytes for some worksheets. They could be over 100 pages. What would happen then? Ghana, could I ask you to respond, please?
Thanks, Patricia. The e-filing system allows up to 5 megabytes per document and up to a maximum of 20 documents. And our traders must also remember that SARS does have other mechanisms of submitting supporting documents. For example, the branch scanning that can also be utilized. So it will all depend on the merit of the claim and how big the documents are. But we do have various channels as well over and above what we have for e-filing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ghana. The next question is posed by Nico Smith as well. He's asking if we can provide clarification. We stated in Joseph's presentation that the 521 is excluded from this ADR process. Could I ask Anita just to respond, please?
The 521 is part of this automation process. The only aspect of this is the permit that is manual, and that is the only part that's manual on the process. The 521 is an automated process.
Thanks for the clarification. Anita, the next question comes from Layla Haynes, and they are asking, is new Schedule 1 Part 6A the export duty part of this program? Ghana, can I ask you to respond, please?
Thanks, Patricia. No, it's not part of this phase, but it will be considered in the future custom modernization program, future phases for modernization of the custom processes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We've got another question that's related to, also from Nico Smith. He's asking how we will handle the import declaration, which when an import declaration was ceded by the importer to the manufacturer, who will then apply for the drawback of duty where the claimant is not the importer. Joseph, would you be able to respond to that question?
Yeah, on this
Just
one,
ask- Sure, go ahead.
okay, thank you, Patricia. So on this one, I believe we will treat the case on its own merit, because through our new system, we should be able to see the import documents. So if it happens that we can't view it on our systems, then we will still need the supporting document.
Good, thank you for that response, Joseph. Again from Nikasut, will ADR cater for the drawback of environmental levies paid on tires when exported to Bochum? Can I ask you just to respond to that, please?
Thank you, Patricia. So yes, the ADR system will cater for the environmental levy on tires where the party exporting has paid the duties to the manufacturer. So not just tires, but also SBL and other accessible goods which were using the D66 manual process will be catered for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tebogo. The next question is from Bongani Shlumuka, if I'm saying that correctly. He's asking if we'll email the presentation to participants. I'll respond to that. The presentation will be available, and this Zoom video will also be available, as well as our YouTube, where you can refer back. We will also be making the presentation available on our website. So yes, we won't be emailing it to all the participants, but it will be available on the various platforms. The next question is from Nishal Paparam and is asking, will submissions submitted by LSPs also be reflected in the claims history? Tebogo, possibly, if you can answer that one.
Thank you, Patricia. I think maybe Anita or Joseph can assist as
Sure, thank you.
It might be the custom related. Thank you.
Sorry, sorry, I can't answer that one.
Sure, Anita. I think on this one we'll respond in writing. So
yes,
thanks. We'll get back to the client, and we'll be posting it on the FAQs for everybody. Thank you so much, guys. The next one from Louise. She's talking about the size of the documentation having to go to the branch to scan. Seems counterproductive to the stated digitization journey. Please comment on what type of scanning facility will be available, and at what offices, and how will the traders be able to be accommodated? Ghana, would you be able to respond?
Yes, this will be the various customs and excise branch offices that we have across the country. Remember already, if you have a case number, then when documents are scanned, they can be attached to that particular case.
Thank you, Ghana. The next question we have is from Shiny Pina. They're asking, will the DA66 be completed as normal as well as the DA64? Then the customs external worksheet for Schedule 5 items and the customs external refund control sheet, and must we then upload this? Anita, could you respond to that one, please?
Yes, on the system, it is depending on the type of refund or drawback you're applying for. The DI63 and DI64 is still completed. And in the, yes, we asked for a refund worksheet, but yes, that is, yes. We still, the supporting documents that is a requirement is for that type, but then that is according to the policies, and it will be shown on this system as soon as you apply for your claim.
Yes, thanks, Anita, for that. And then also, if you recall the presentation as well as the demonstration, it was also then indicated on there the different types of supporting documents that need to be uploaded. And there would also be a guide to assist you on that if you're not too sure, Shani. We have a question from Anonymous. E-filing comes with a number of limitations that SARS is still having to grapple with. To what extent have they incorporated the OSQS to make provisions for uploading documents or query status and escalations? I think we have mentioned that there's an online tracking tool on the process when you do apply. that you can, go onto that tracking tool to see what your status is for your refund claim. But Ghana, I don't know if you want to just expand on that one.
I think at this moment we cannot answer on the SOX question, but I think through the question and answers platform, we will give that feedback as to if they're able to utilize that platform as well.
Thank you so much. Louise Wiggett is asking, is the list of documentation to be submitted to the claim a standard list in all cases? Joseph, would you be able to respond?
Thank you, Patricia. It will depend on the records that we are having. If we still have to follow the normal standard operating procedures, if it's compulsory or mandatory for you to submit certain documents, you will still be requested to submit it, unless if we are able to view such documents on our side, then it won't be a problem. But we will be more specific if we need any other outstanding document. Thank you
so much, Joseph, for that. The next question, Yaku Mini. When will a case number be allocated to a claim? Anita, could you respond to that one?
Okay, thanks. If you submitted your claim with all the relevant fields completed and you submit it in the status change to file, and then the claim number will or the case number will be given to the client in the appropriate field on the e-filing.
Okay, and then just thank you.
So it's almost immediately.
Thank you. There's just a follow-up from Yako on that one. He's asking, will it be possible to see the case number per claim, or do you need to open all in order to see which claim the letter relates?
You can, each case has a different case number. So the history will give the list of all the claims that you submitted, and then you can see, and the case numbers is there, and also on the SARS correspondence, there's a list of all the claims and claim numbers there.
Thank you so much, Anita. Thank you. From Yapi van Wyk, Joseph, if you can respond, will rebate item 538 PRC claims also be done on this automated system?
Thank you, Patricia. They will also be processed through this system as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And Tebogo, hopefully you can assist on this one. What is the interest rate on delayed no, wait, okay, sorry, Tebogo. The interest rate on delayed refunds if the 30 days are not complied with. I think this is also one of those where we'll definitely go onto the FAQs and address the possible delays. We have got our service charter that we are complied or need to comply with. And as indicated by Joseph when he was going through this presentation, we are streamlining and fast tracking, so the 30 days should become less and less as we enhance the system. But we will then also respond in full on the FAQs to your question, Anonymous. For Tebogo, if you do a CO2 refund, what about the LOA? Normally SARS requires an original signed LOA. Tebogo, would you be able to answer that one?
Okay, thank you, Patricia. So with the acronyms, I might not be sure which one might be, but if it's in relation to letters of authority, at this stage, letters of authority were only for the purpose of if someone is submitting on your behalf on the excise space, and only for the purpose of them bringing the jacket to SARS of the refund. However, the system, as indicated by Joseph in his presentation, uses the relationship management on our RLA system for you to give permission for someone to do the refunds on your behalf. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tebogo. The next question is from Asipo. Ghana, if you can respond. Will we get an automated notification on the progress of claims, or do we have to manually go on e-filing to check?
I think on the demo, you would have seen that the e-filing does show the various claims that you would have submitted and the stage at which they are sitting. So I think your e-filing profile will be where you have to go to see where exactly your claim is. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Anita, if you can respond from Louise, she's asking, how is the trader going to be assisted if the volume of documentation and the number of lines exceeds the limitations advised?
Sorry, at the moment, we are catering for, I think, 3,000 lines. So that is more than adequate space for the for a claim. I don't think we have ever gotten more than 3,000 lines per claim. And the documentation, like it was indicated previously, they can go to a branch office for a scanning facility and they will be assisted.
Thank you so much, Anita, for that response. Ghana, if I can ask you to respond to the next question. How long does an incomplete saved claim last on the system?
Patricia, thanks, Patricia, for the question. I don't think we've put an expiry on it. It's something that can just sit on your, saved applications. I don't think we've ever put an expiration on it. But if there is such, I mean, we can always put it back in our, Q&As just to give the guys clarity. But we haven't put an expire on it, so you can capture and save as long as you want, because we know some clients have got claims that they can be capturing for entire month or longer. Hence, we haven't put that expiry. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ghana. The next question, Joseph, if you can respond. It says 521 drawback claims require original bill of ladings within the current process. How will this be dealt with within the electronic submission?
This one, I think I will escalate it to Anita.
Sure, Anita.
At the moment, we are not requiring the original bill of ladings. If it is authenticated bill of lading, it will still be accepted, and will be in a current and in the new processes. It's an authenticated bill of lading.
Perfect. Thanks, Anita. Almarie Base is asking, will the PRCC permit balances be available to view with your application? Anita, sorry, back to you. Would you be able to respond?
At the moment, no, but when the claim is submitted, the LCM system will tell you if you have available. The LCM system is read from the e-filing, and it will indicate if you have balances available or not. So it will be either a rejection or your claim will go through. But no, not at the moment.
Thank you so much. From Anonymous, Tebogo, if you can respond. If there are system issues, how do we address this with SARS?
Thank you, Patricia. So the system issues could be those ones where Ghana indicated and Joseph that it's exceptional circumstances and the system is totally down, and you can visit our branch front end to submit your claims. Or it could be system issues where you're having technical difficulties. And in such cases, as it was indicated earlier, the communication channels will be made available on our website on how do you contact SARS when you're having some technical issues. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you so much, Tebogo. The next question from Anonymous, Ghana, to you. I know it was addressed during the demonstration, but they're asking, can you please clarify or demonstrate how the trader will be able to track where in the refund process the claim is? Will there be a pop-up screen to say it's with the head office team or payments team?
Thanks, Patricia. The response, I think, is still the same as to the previous question, because it's in your e-filing profile. When you go to your refunds and drawbacks page, that's where you'll see the history of all the claims that you've submitted. And there is a status column there which will indicate the status for those particular claims that you would have previously submitted. So that is where they can go and check. And remember also, in certain stages, there are letters that are being sent. So there could also be correspondence that you can also find also in your correspondences that will also update you on that.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much for that, Lorna. The next question we have from Leonie. She's asking, if a claim is rejected, will it keep the same case number? Joseph?
Absolutely, it will keep the same case number.
Thank you.
If I may come in there,
Yes, please, go on.
Patricia, with regards to once it's rejected, obviously you need to do a resubmission. We do cater for on the form for somebody to complete the previous case number or claim number that they would have received. So you will be submitting it as a new submission, but there is a field where you can indicate the previous claim so that it can be linked. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you for clarifying. The next question from Kanya. Anita, is the CR1 form still required to be captured or completed?
Thank you. The CR1 form is for the VOC or amended part that is not this refund and drawback system. It is still the normal VOC application. It's not a refund and drawback system.
Thank you so
it's
much.
Two different systems.
Thank you for that response. Louise is asking, how is queries on the volumes available going to be managed? And when will the volumes be updated, as you can have multiple claims that can impact the volumes? When will the balance be adjusted? Is it only when the claim approved and paid out? Nita, would you be able to respond?
If a claim is submitted and it is, if I understand the question correct, and it is rejected, the system writes that amount back. Otherwise, some of my other colleagues must please answer.
Yes, that's correct, Anita. The system will do that. And if it goes through, then obviously the balances will be deducted as such.
Thank you so much for that clarity. The next question from Shani. Please confirm if 521 claims will remain manual or electronic. I know we've answered this before. In the beginning, it was mentioned that it will stay manually, or did I get it wrong? Shani, I know we've responded. Anita, could you just clarify?
No, the 521 claims is electronically. It's just the permit part that is manually. So the supporting documents, the notification of the permit is still a requirement. And then that process for writing off and the permit process is still a manual process. But the 521 claim is electronic.
Can I also add on that?
Yes, please, Joseph.
Yes, I did indicate that it's the capturing of ITAC permit. That process, it is still manual. However, they can still, for the refund applications, that doesn't need ITAC permit. So those ones will go through. But where we have to capture the permit, the process, it is still manual.
Thank you so much for the clarity, all. The next question is from Leilani. Ghana, if you could respond. Would we have the ability to recall claims?
No, you won't be able to. If you've already clicked submit, then the claim will already go through. There's no way of retrieving it or recalling it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There's a clarification from Louise on her question that she posed. She's asking, the timing is critical. When will the balances be adjusted? On submission or approval? As the balance can be incorrect depending on the timing of the adjustment to the volume. Ghana, would you be able to assist?
Yes. The backend systems will do the reservations of the claim balances deduction. So when the claim goes through after you've submitted, it will go through various system validations. Hence, that will happen at that point. So by the time we send you either supporting documents or request or any other correspondence. That step would have already occurred. Obviously, there's still some further steps where there will be an auditor or a DI that will be looking at your claim to validate if it should. So initially, it will just be a reservation pending the auditor's assessment. Then thereafter, it will become official. But the reservation does happen as the claim comes through. So it's something that we on the system do, and obviously we also dependent also for the auditor to also do the verification of the supporting docs and so forth. And then once that is successful, then the actual balance is updated as such. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that comprehensive answer. I think for our last question from Leonie, how will notices of intent with penalties be handled? Joseph, if I can ask you to respond.
Yes, if it happens that the penalty has been issued, the client will, the trader will receive the notice of intent, informing him that he has been penalized. So maybe he will need to clarify more on this question.
All right, thanks. I think if I can also just jump in here, the notices of intent with penalties be handled is still, I don't think it's part of the automation of this process. So it will still follow the normal process for appeals or when schedules of things are raised. So it will still go through the normal process. But we will clarify on the FAQ as well and make sure that you get the full response to that, Leonie. Yaku is asking, will the uploading of a CSV file also verify against the balances available on an import entry? Anita, if I can ask you to respond.
Yes, the CSV file is just a replacement for capturing it line per line and adding it on the e-filing. So at the end of the day, the amount claimed after you submitted the claim will validate the balances on that import.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Tebogo, if I can ask you to respond to the next one from Anonymous. They're saying that the food manufacturers will be new to customs, let's say excise, as a product type, ASA registration requirements. Will there be training provided via the mobile unit?
Thank you, Patricia. At this stage, there will be policies which will be issued regarding the food manufacturers, as it was indicated in the previous week webinar, which will guide the users in that space on how they should go about registering and claiming for such refund. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you so much, Tebogo. Almer is asking, is there automated customs forms on the system that you can complete online, or should you upload the forms? Ghana, if I can ask you to respond.
The CERT01 is an electronic form which represents.
Okay, Patricia, I can take over from Ghana as it might be having some technical issues. So the CRD form is found on e-filing as an online form. So it's not a form where you complete and attach on e-filing. So you complete it on e-filing itself, as indicated earlier and even during the demo session. This is a save option if the trader wants to complete and save it for a later completion and submission. Thank you, Patricia.
Perfect. Thank you for stepping in. The next question is from Devold. There's two questions from him. It says, what supporting documents would be required and how many export entries can be submitted on a single claim? Nita, if I can ask you to respond. And he's also asking, can claims be submitted retrospective?
Okay, the supporting documents required depends on the type of refund or drawback he's applying for. And the export entries, that how many is on a single claim, it's exactly the same process as now on the manual. If it's a DI63, 15203, it's one export, and for the 521 and the others, it's multiple that you can submit. So as we indicated, there's I think 3,000 to 3,000 lines that, so it's a lot of 1,000 exports that you can apply for on one claim, if it's relevant.
Thanks, Anita. He's also clarified, so maybe Tebogo, if you can expand. He says that his question is related to the sugar tax exports.
If it's related to the sugar tax exports, as we indicated and Anita has indicated, yes, you can claim for multiple MRNs on the system itself for the number of exports which you have done during that period. And the limit on the numbers is those 3,000 lines which you can have and additions to that claim part of it.
Thank you so much. For our last question, any other questions that we haven't got to, we will definitely get through to you on a FAQ and also post on our website. So the last question for Ghana, is there an escalation process put into the system?
At the moment, the usual workflow escalation processes are in place, like any other processes that we have that work through our workflows processes within SARS. So we do have that, and obviously, as we have said, with our service charter, we are going to do our level best to ensure that the cases, are worked through, as quick as possible. However, I mean, if it does get to that, there will be escalations as needed.
Thank you so much, Ghana. Thank you to the panel members and thank you to the delegates posting their questions. This is the end of our session. Over to you, Program Director.
Thank you, Patricia, and your panel members. Should there be any other areas which are still unclear of this Q&A session, please note that you can reach out to us via the normal channels, such as the contact center, with the number of which is 0800 00 7277. We are also available on the social media platforms, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Xcorp, otherwise previously known as Twitter. When engaging on this platform, please ensure that you protect your information at all times. Note that this webinar will be available on our SARS YouTube channel, and you can access it at your convenience. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been wonderful directing tonight's program. Please remember, your tax matters. Now we will move over to the section whereby we have the closing remarks from Nelisiwe Khumalo. Nelisiwe Khumalo is a seasoned project management professional with over 15 years experience in program and project management. She holds an MBA, a BCom degree in information technology, a postgraduate diploma in program management, various qualifications in project management, as well as a leadership development qualification from the Wits Business School. Nelisiwe is currently a senior project manager, and she has been the project leader for this automation of Refunds and Drawbacks project. She has led multiple projects and programs within the organization, including the Customs Modernization Program. Nelisiwe, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Program Director. Good evening to our executive leadership, our colleagues, and distinguished guests. Today marks a very important milestone in our organization as we prepare for the implementation of the Refunds and Drawbacks System. With our world rapidly changing due to technological innovations introduced by the Fifth Industrial Revolution, technologies such as artificial intelligence, virtual reality, Internet of Things, big data, and analytics are key strategic drivers. Driven by technology, our vision of a modern South African revenue services with unquestionable integrity that is trusted and admired is of paramount importance as we embark towards the journey of improved, streamlined services. On this backdrop, the automation of the Refunds and Drawbacks System is one of the flagship projects within the Customs and Excise Modernization Program towards achieving our strategic objectives. This is in response to the adoption of modern technologies and improvements, even unorthodox approaches and strategies, which requires us to take opportunities that will ultimately propel us as an organization and the country at large towards a sustainable growth path in provision of public services. As we have heard from our keynote speakers and also seen the system illustration, evidently this initiative is a complete transformation from a manual process to a robust online system. We therefore hope that you enjoyed this webinar and also gained insightful information regarding the system. In closing, I would like to remind you of the Nelson Mandela quote, which states that it's always impossible until it's done. In light of this, I want to thank our leadership for their support and our distinguished guests for their patience and taking your time this evening and showing interest in this new endeavor. Enjoy the rest of your evening and goodbye.
All your years of paying tax. Thank you for every life you saved and every risk you braved. When you saw our healthcare workers on the front lines battling COVID, you rose to the occasion and gave them the tools to save lives. Without your tax compliance, we wouldn't be able to fight a good fight. When you saw our vulnerable communities, you provided for them. To all taxpayers and traders, thank you. Continue to pay your tax. Your tax matters.